2022, in the United States Air Force, an amendment adjusted regulations concerning facial hair standards. This change highlighted the detailed nature of military laws governing every service member. Within this environment, stringent discipline extends into granular directives, profoundly shaping daily life and conduct, often outlined in frameworks like the U.S. Uniform Code of Military Justice. Even after the 2022 relaxation, mustache management remains under meticulous control. Involves walking on designated grassy areas. This unofficial rule, deeply ingrained, serves aesthetic and symbolic purposes. Repeated passage would degrade lawns, detracting from expected, pristine military grounds. More profoundly, taking a shortcut across greenery instead of following. An established path is often interpreted by senior officials as an inclination to take shortcuts. In critical aspects of military duty, a willingness to bypass procedures deemed undesirable. The integration of body art, specifically tattoos, has evolved significantly. Tattoos are not banned, and many veterans bear ink symbolizing service. As popularity rose, initial strictness negatively impacted recruitment, leading to rule relaxation. Precise placement remains crucial, with absolute prohibitions enduring. Nothing offensive or discriminatory, including racism, sexism, extremism, or obscene imagery, is permitted. New policies allow tattoos on arms, legs, and torsos, but strictly prohibit visibility on hands, wrists, head, face, lips, tongue, or neck. Strictness varies by branch. The Navy allows one neck tattoo of 1 inch or less. The Army, Navy, Coast Guard, and Marine Corps allow a single finger-ring tattoo per hand, while the Air Force restricts this to only one hand. Regulations mandate careful consideration before getting inked. Safety, order, and adherence to operational protocols are paramount. Spontaneously jumping into the water from a military vessel, whether at port, anchor, or sea, is strictly prohibited. This act constitutes a direct and serious violation of military law, specifically Article 87. A guilty service member faces severe penalties, including a dishonorable discharge, complete forfeiture of pay and allowances, and potentially confinement for up to 2 years. Such stringent penalties underscore the importance of strict operational discipline and personal safety. Political neutrality represents a fundamental pillar of military service. Regardless of personal convictions, public criticism of the government they serve is generally unlawful. As the ultimate line of defense, military personnel must maintain an undeniable public image of political neutrality. In the United Kingdom military, members are forbidden from joining trade unions or publicly articulati criticisms of the government or its policies. Similarly, in the United States, detailed restrictions prohibit public criticism of certain high-ranking officials. The President, Vice President, Congress, the Secretary of Defense, any military department secretary, the Secretary of Homeland Security, or the governor or legislature of any state, territory, or region. Displaying political signs, bumper stickers, or attending political rallies in uniform is also forbidden. Preserving the military's nonpartisan stature, maintaining unit cohesion and presence is critical. Straggling, separating from one's unit without justifiable reason is a profoundly serious offense. Its danger is multifaceted, causing disruption within military structures and operational planning and leaving comrades exposed and vulnerable to attack, particularly in an active conflict area where consequences could be catastrophic. Simple excuses are never accepted. Conviction for straggling becomes a permanent record entry, negatively impacting future bonuses or promotions. Pay could be reduced or a month-long confinement faced, highlighting severe implicatio, evidence of deviating from unit integrity. Even seemingly minor acts of personal comportment, historically, he fell under strict military regulation. For a considerable period, placing hands in pockets was viewed as a cardinal offense, perceived as laziness, inappropriateness, and a lack of dignified demeanor expected of a military official. While never punishable by the ultimate penalty, cultural disapproval and potential for disciplinary action were undeniable. In a notable policy shift in 2024, the United States Navy relaxed this rule, now permitting off-duty sailors to rest hands in pockets provided it does not compromise safety or impede saluting protocols. Despite this liberalization in the U.S. Navy, The UK military still regards placing hands in pockets as displaying a lack of discipline. Feigning illness or injury to intentionally evade duties, known as malingering, carries significantly graver consequences than a simple sick day in civilian life. Merely claiming a headache is typically insufficient. Service members often need to cause intentionally caused physical difficulties or feign a disability to be accused. Punishment. Severity is proportional to the deception. Those who feign a minor ailment can still face a year of confinement, complete loss of pay, and a dishonorable discharge. If physical difficulties are intentionally caused, penalties increase to 5 years of confinement, or 10 years if occurring in an active conflict area. Finally, while engaging in formal challenges involving physical confrontation might feature in historical narratives, challenging a fellow service member to a formal physical confrontation is not acceptable. Although such confrontations historically possessed its own code and was acknowledged in military law, it has since been absorbed into broader general endangerment offenses. No recorded disciplinary action specifically for such confrontations has occurred for at least 14 years. However, if caught engaging in such confrontation, and as nowadays service members could face forfeiture of all pay and allowances, 1 year of confinement, or even a dishonorable discharge. These varied and stringent regulations collectively underscore the unique and demanding legal framework defining military service, shaping every aspect of a member's life.